All right, he's back. Speaker and author Michael McGill Jr. is back with us this morning. So each day we're getting a lesson in being more mindful in 2019.
Mindfulness.
Mindfulness.
Yes, being aware.
It's like the Geico commercial.
Oh, flow, yeah. I was going to say with flow, yes, yes. May we flow in this
Nice
new
sweater,
year.
by the way.
Thank you, thank you. I'm trying to live my best life.
A little bit.
Good. All right, how do we become more mindful?
Yes.
Yeah. How do we do that?
So today we're talking about the art of forgiveness, y'all. To be ye able to forgive in this new year. And forgiveness is an art. I say it's an art because it's a challenge, but it requires intentionality. And one of the first things that I say, a tool or a layer of awareness for forgiveness, is to give your voice, give voice to your pain. Acknowledge your story. So many of us, we hold on to the stories. We go to sleep with the stories. We wake up with the stories. We come on TV set with the stories from 10 years ago. And we don't often acknowledge our pain in non-judgmental relationships, in non-judgmental ways.
Who do you do that to? The person who's wronged you?
I would say get in community with somebody who will compassionately receive what you have to say, whether that is therapy or a friend or a family member, but be in community with somebody who will actually receive what you, this is the first step, to receive it. For me, I had to give acknowledgement to my pain of my grandfather and learn how to forgive him because my pawpaw, he left me. He left me when I was 12 years old, and it may seem a bit selfish, but I was 12 and he passed away of a massive heart attack. And at that age, I was going through my social and emotional development, and he was the only male figure that I had. He took me to work with him at General Motors. He would give me my own yard set to help me. And so once, I didn't realize I was holding on to that trauma and pain for years as an adult. But what I realized is that when you bury feelings alive, they do not die. They just show up in other areas of your life. So acknowledge your pain, give it a voice, and don't bury the feelings alive.
And then evaluate.
So, So then you evaluate the experiences. So what I say is all things are lessons. And there's a book called The Course in Miracles that even says that all things are lessons that we are to learn. So I would encourage people to evaluate the experiences. So one tool is to write out everything that you feel wronged about or everything you are harboring, everything that has caused you pain and trial. Write out that and then write out what the potential lessons could be from that experience. Now, what I know is that you might not know the lessons today, but if you leave the space blank for tomorrow, hopefully you'll become more aware of the lessons.
And you got to forgive your parents. You got to forgive, most importantly, yourself.
Yes. So self-forgiveness of the parents is huge because what I've learned from my own life with my own mother and father and those whom I'm so blessed to work with is that our parents sometimes hold on to trauma and stories that we may never know about. And the reality is that some of them, they come to the table ill-equipped. Sometimes, like for my biological father, for example, learning how to forgive him, realizing that he came to the table with tools or with an assignment that he just didn't have the tools for. And so when you ask your parent, ask your mother, sit with your father, ask them their story as a mother, as a man, and then perhaps you'll begin to learn how to compassionately see them differently. Because the reality is that people are doing the best they can with what they know. Just because you forgive doesn't mean you have to reconcile. And then forgive yourself. Realize you are more than your credit score. You are more than your debt. You are more than your income. You are bigger than your biggest mistake. And you can move forward with the tools.
The Bible talks about the root of bitterness. If you don't forgive, then you become a bitter person.
We hold on to it, and it festers, and it shows up. Feelings buried alive.
And it often hurts you way more than it ever hurts the other person.
And that's the thing, is forgiveness
with.
is not about reconciliation. You know, true reconciliation and forgiveness are not synonymous. Sometimes relationships are dead, and you don't have to, but forgiveness is to release your soul of that which hurt you, and to set you and to liberate you into a new pathway of freedom.
Let's all say it. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Leave it in 2018, bury it, get the lesson, and then give them grace, because some folks won't realize how they wronged you, how they've hurt you. Give them grace.
We have a plate to pass here now for our collection?
Pass the plate.
All right.
You're so awesome. For more information about Michael, you can check out his Facebook page, his Instagram account, or Twitter at Michael McGill Jr. on his website, McGillSpeaks.com. Also, be sure to tune in tomorrow for more mind-renewing tips for our new year.
You are so kind.
And we'll have you on the news set tomorrow.
We're going to double your pay. Coming up next, from 0 to